So I got my period when I was 9. I was in 4th grade, and it was maybe like a week after my birthday, so it was probably sometime in October. And I was home alone. I'm not exactly sure I was home alone. Normally I'm never home alone, but I don't know what happened. Anyway, but my mom wasn't home and my dad wasn't home, so I called my mom and I was like, I think I'm a woman now. And she was like, oh, you got your period? She's like, oh, okay, well, you know what to do, you know what it's about, because she had already kind of spoken to me about it a while ago. So, I mean, I wasn't really nervous about it. I actually was kind of excited about my period, until I started getting it, and I realized it sucks, so.
I think I was about 12 or 13, and I got home from school, felt something kind of weird, went to the bathroom, and I was like, that's not usually there. So I called my mom, and she was like, yep, Jen, you probably got your period. And that was it.
I first got my period when I was 11 years old, and it was like right before winter break, and it was the end of the day, and I went to the bathroom, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? And so I went home, and it was like one of the one times my mom was home, and I was like, Mommy, like, we gotta talk. And I told her what happened, and she was like, oh, it's your period. And I started crying. And she was just like, why are you crying? And I was like, I don't want it. Like, I couldn't understand like why it was happening so soon. Like, I was like, I'm 11 years old, I don't want it. And so she like explained to me like what it was and everything. And then I guess I was like, okay, I gotta deal with it now.
I first got my period when I was 11 years old. From what I remember, I was just sitting on the toilet, and then I just looked down on my underwear, and I knew what it was, and I just told my mom to get me a pad.
Okay, so I was in the 7th grade, yes, about the 7th grade. I went to the bathroom and I found this brown stuff in my panties, and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know what it was. I really thought that I pooped on myself or something, because to my knowledge, blood is red. So I called my mother because I put 2 and 2 together. I figured I got my period and she was at work. So it wasn't a lot, it was only a little bit, and I didn't bleed again the rest of the day. And it was 3 o'clock, my mom was almost home, and I figured she just wouldn't believe me because, it wasn't red, it was brown, and it was only a little bit. So what I did was I needed to make it seem a little bit more realistic. Like, Mom, I really got my period. So I went into the kitchen and I put red food coloring in my panties. And yeah, that was my way of making it look like I really got my period. I basically dyed my panties red.
So I was 12 years old. It was Christmas Eve, and we just finished opening some kind of presents for my grandparents and having cake and cookies. And I went to the bathroom and took down my pants, and suddenly I saw this mess and I was terrified, and I pulled my pants up quickly, ran out screaming to my mother, ruined the whole Christmas Eve, and she took me in, calmed me down, and told me all about being a woman. And it was an enlightening Christmas, to say the least. And since then, I don't know, it's still been kind of interesting getting used to different kinds of protection for my period, but